Hello, Saeed. Can you introduce yourself to our viewers?
Sure. I'm Saeed Safikhani. I'm doing my PhD at GameLab Graz in Graz University of Technology. I have experience in both engineering field, from computer science to civil engineering. I have very special history in that case. I learned some topics from the civil engineering, but I realized that I'm actually into the field of computer science, and I really love virtual reality. Then I find my way through this condition, and I try to make my own maybe history or my own experience in the virtual reality. It's the way that I start my work in the VR Giants. VR Giants is a game that we are developing as a co-op game, asymmetric co-op game. Two players will play together, and they try to help each other to solve different puzzles in the game. Usually in the game you will encounter the condition that people should fight, but here we are trying to teach them how they collaborate together, how they learn that they can fix each other's maybe limitations, because the giant is big but he cannot move. David is very small, but he can move everywhere, and they're trying to help each other. And I play the role of technical artist there. I'm somehow into the programming aspect, but I also love 3D modeling, texturing, and asset creation, and it helps me a lot to be in this role. After a while that I worked in this field, I tried to also go a little bit more in depth about the science behind virtual reality. And in this direction, I start my research topics at Graz University of Technology in GameLab Graz. And it made me a little bit more expert in the field of VR user experience and how they behave in there and what should we expect.
So can you tell us a little bit more what exactly GameLab Graz is?
Sure. Our group is mainly about game research, gamification, virtual environment development and research, and also game analytics. Because game development is not only creating a game or developing a game, it's also about all the topics surrounding this environment, how player behaves in this environment, how we can design it in such a way to have some specific expectation about the final result. For example, when you're playing League of Legends, players have different behavior, and this different behavior can influence the way that you're designing your game or you're designing the future patches. Or when you're designing a virtual reality game or virtual reality experience, because virtual reality can also be not game, it can be a serious simulation. Then in that case, how you present a specific kind of interaction, which kind of interaction is more useful, which kind of environment, how we present a spatial recognition to the user, because virtual reality is not only a bigger screen, it's a new realm. You will have totally different understanding about this world. Many people think, okay, it's a monitor, like a mobile phone, just a little bit closer to your eye and bigger. But it's not like that. You totally feel different things in there. Your sense will change, because you can get cyber sickness, because your inner ear will have different functionality. And we can actually use it in a good. It means when you want to give understanding about, for example, this building, if you see it in virtual reality, you have the feeling about the heights, because it's a spatial recognition. It's not only a picture. Or just imagine you're in a game, for example, Elden Ring, and you're in front of that giant gate. If you look at it in the VR, you will see, okay, how big is this door? And
you don't get that feeling when you're in front of the monitor. But besides gaming, you're also doing VR in architecture, right?
I'm doing the VR in different disciplines in the scientific field, from the building information modeling to the digital twins, because it's also a field that is recently gets more attention, and also virtual reality for some specific topic like therapies. I had a student that works on the kind of memory training topic, because Alzheimer nowadays getting more people into effect, and it's important that we find a solution for them. And some of these people also has problem even going shopping. And we can simulate it in virtual reality. They can be at home, but experiencing the same thing to do the memory training or such experiences.
Wow, that sounds really amazing. Coming back to your projects, you had a VR Giants game, but you also have an upcoming project which is called Chimera.
Yeah.
It's an educational game?
It's educational game.
Can you tell us a little bit more?
With different approach. First of all, I can say the early access of the game will be released maybe next week.
Okay.
And we are trying to figure out the bugs because it's a university project. Absolutely, it's not AAA game project. We need to have more people to test it, to fix the bugs and improve it. But the idea behind this game is usually educational games try to directly teach some specific topic. But in this game, we are not telling people exactly that this one is an educational game. They just play the game like any other games. It has, we try to have AAA game quality assets in there. All of the assets are created with a specific consideration and also texturing. And we try to have also a good shadering method and other stuff in the game engines. But at the end, when user encounters this environment, it has maybe a story-rich condition. It means the story behind the game, maybe I can tell you a little bit about it. It's a spaceship that someone is just walking through the jungle and suddenly encountered this the door of the spaceship, and he or she will enter this environment and realize that this spaceship is not working. And they should try to fix this spaceship. The spaceship has a central elevator that we will use it as a menu for the game. It means you go to the elevator, you select the different levels. And as you elevate through the elevator, there are different levels at different stages. And this shape brings us to the shape of the tree, because it's like a tree with different branches. And we thought about it can be even Yggdrasil in the Norse mythology. And we named the logo of the game is similar to the Yggdrasil symbol. And also the chimera color and the chimera name is taken from the idea of chimera. Chimera is made from several animals. And this game is will be made from different levels with different topics. The first level is about electrical engineering. It's related to electromotor, because you need to fix the spaceship, and you need to first of all fix the elevator, and you need the electromotor to make it running. But in order to make the elevator running, you should solve several puzzles. You should do some interactions, like you have the hammer Mjolnir there. You need to smash something and connect different things. Man, it's a chimera.
You said early access next week? Probably?
Yeah, probably. It's already on Steam, but they cannot download it because Steam has a specific rule. I think it's about 2 weeks at minimum that you need to wait until it reaches to the early access. The game will be free forever. And they can download it. For now, we are not optimizing that much for the low-end device. It's a little bit higher quality. We are experienced. We made it with Unreal Engine 5, and we use all of the new features like Lumen and Nanites, even in VR. For that reason, it needs a little bit higher spec PCs.
Okay, regarding that, which you just said about lower-end devices, when will VR become more accessible for daily consumers? You know, I mean, you really need to have a high-end machine, and VR sets are not that cheap.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Actually, by recent release with Meta Quest 2 and Meta Quest 3, they are trying to reach more people. Actually, if you check the financial reports, the number of the VR users is increasing a lot in the last couple of years. And also because I'm observing the number of research in the VR area, it's also increasing since 2014, for example, to 2022. You can see actually the increase and inclination in the number of research in this topic and number of users by financial reports. But we have some limitation by technology like right now. If I can say maybe an example, it's similar to the mobile phones at the year, maybe at the beginning of 21st century. We need a couple of years that we reach that peak, and after that, I believe everyone will have.
Yes, that was my also thing that I thought about when asking this question was, before, not all smartphones were capable of running high-end games. Today, most of them are. So VR is going to go that way, right? Probably. Yeah.
And also, as Apple starts rolling out the VR device, usually everything will change when Apple do something in this realm. I'm not advertising for it, but it's my observation.
It's your observation. Okay. So this is your first time on Rikon, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
It was very interesting. I like people to wear costumes and actually living the things that they were. it's very interesting for me, and also all of the events all around board games and all the talks
We
around
actually
it.
caught you on the board game.
Yeah.
You like board games, right?
Yeah, I like board games.
Yeah.
I think they can help a lot in even for the kids, small kids, to improve their creativity and also imagination. One of the limitations by the fully virtualized game is they limit the imagination of people. But the board game let them think more, let them imagine what they are doing, let them live in that environment.
Okay, I won't hold you anymore. You have places to be, people to see.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much for coming here, for enlightening us with virtual reality, and many luck in your future projects.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Hope to meet you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.